All right. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for being here. My name is Mike, and along with my brother Dave, I want to welcome you to E3 Global Partners. And so, over the next few minutes, we're going to talk to you about an opportunity that we believe is one of the best opportunities that you can take a look at in your life. And the question comes down to this. And there are two purposes for my goal today, is two reasons for being here today with you. And if you're participating in this, we appreciate your time. The first purpose is to share some ideas with you that will help you to maximize your potential, increase your sales, and create wealth for you and your family. And these ideas are historical in nature, and they're going to be forever around for a lot of people. And we're going to share these ideas with you to help you to really become the best that you can be for yourself, your family, and your legacy that you leave behind. The second purpose here today is to invite you and to engage you in an opportunity with E3 Daily Pay. It's an opportunity where we are working with individuals, entrepreneurs, people who want to start up a business, people who have an existing business with some great ideas and content to help them take their businesses and their life to the next level. And it's going to be an opportunity for you to really decide if this is something for you or not. Perhaps it is, or perhaps it's not. I'm not sure, but we'll see when we get there. But here's the key, guys, is one of the things that we've learned over our careers in the different opportunities that we've worked in our lives and what we've done together, David and I, is we've done a lot of sales, marketing, entrepreneurship in the overall scheme of things, from restaurants to insurance to real estate to investing in just different areas of banking, finance, coaching, consulting, a number of different things. We're not early birds here. We're baby boomers, if you will. So please understand that this is coming from a lot of experience. Some of you perhaps are just kind of kicking off your careers or deciding what you want to do with your lives, or perhaps you're in the middle of different things in your life and you want more control of your life. You want more outcome. You want better income. You want better time freedom. You want to spend more time with your family. You want to be able to do what you want to do, frankly, without having to ask permission to do it. And doing it when you want to do it is really important for a lot of you. And perhaps you're right now perusing the internet and looking for different opportunities. You perhaps Googled, how can I make money online in the digital marketing space? Well, here we're going to share with you some of these ideas today that will help you to take that from a vision and a dream to a reality for you. And we want to encourage you to take a deep look at it, as David and I have over the years and the months and time and what we've done. So let me give you a little bit of a history, kind of set the framework here so you're clearly understanding of what we do and what we're doing right now. You know, you perhaps know the story. For some of you listening to this, great. If not, well, here's the story for you, just to kind of give you an idea of where we come from and why we're doing this right now. I'm doing this pretty much in my office, my home office here, and I've been doing this for a long time in the coaching and consulting space and doing sales and marketing and training and that kind of a thing. But this didn't happen overnight, guys. I'm 65 years old, and I've worked my way up through the ladder and the ranks of different opportunities. And I've had very good success, and I've had very big challenges in my life, right decisions, wrong decisions. I perhaps have done things that I shouldn't have done, but those are part of life. You know, these things that we do, and we can't condemn ourselves for the mistakes that we have, but you also have to give gratitude to the things that you do have. What success do you have? And so the story goes, to keep it very simple here, and we'll embellish on this later, but at the end of the day, it comes down to this. David and I started as entrepreneurs when we were young guys, and different things like restaurants, and David used to have parking lots where he had a valet business, and I was in the restaurant business along with him, but then I took it to another level with a comedy club and a nightclub. But one of the things we wanted to do in our lives is to be better at what we did, and we were always on the hunt. You know, our dad comes back from the pastor lifestyle. He was a priest, Orthodox priest, and so we learned a lot from him, and in terms of community and helping other people and wanting to serve a lot of people in a lot of different ways. So we garnered a little bit of that distinction and instinctive nature by which he did his life and his business, and my mother the same. We had that very fortunate experience. We didn't grow up very wealthy at all. We were, pretty much middle class, nothing, no big deal. But we had everything that we needed when we needed it. And, we were blessed with a lot of great things in our lives, not to some high level degree, but also it wasn't bad either. So we're very grateful for that. Anyway, over our journey of this growth, as you can see behind me, there's books and there's some audio programs over here with great speaker. If you had never read his books, Og Mandino, the greatest salesman in the world, we had the honor of working with him and a lot of other great people. But I'll get to that in a quick moment. And ultimately, what we ended up doing was engaging ourselves in this space of personal and professional growth. I had my restaurant up in Charleston, West Virginia. And at the time that I had my restaurant, we were very successful. I had a comedy club. I even had Jay Leno in my club. And we had a very successful career. Not David and I, but my other brother, Bruce. But anyway, we got caught on the economic crackdown and breakdown in 1981. For those of you who know what I'm talking about, the interest rates went up to about 22% at one time. And my business, should I say our business, was in Charleston, West Virginia. Now, West Virginia in and of itself, why are you going there, Mike? Well, my brother lived there, and there's another long story behind that. But anyway, when we opened up the restaurant, we had a pretty good business. However, Charleston and West Virginia in and of itself is what would they consider coal country. Coal country is a big business in that world, in that vein. However, any economic downturns, places like that, not the only place, but places like that predominantly get hit first, and they are the last to recover. And I didn't know that, and frankly, I didn't think about it. I was just doing my deal and making it happen and running my business. So to make a long story short, I had to end up shutting down the business. I looked at my brother Bruce. I said, bro, I got to go. Can't do it anymore. We were putting good money after bad, and it just started to really get crazy. So decided to shut it down. Now, I was in my early 20s. It was probably easier if I did that then than if I had to do it today, but we did it. Anyway, so on my exit out of Charleston to come back down to South Florida, Miami, where I was born and raised, I stopped in a Walden bookstore, and I was perusing the area, trying to think of, because I was very down, I was very out, very depressed, young, and not knowing what I was going to do. Lost a lot of money. Thankfully, it wasn't overwhelming because we had cash flow. We were doing well, but you spend it and you spend it and you spend it trying to keep the doors open and things like that. And it just kind of dissipated. Okay. So nothing much to go for, no college education whatsoever. I went to about a year and a half of community college in Miami before I left to go up north. But anyway, I had nothing really to fall back on in my career and in my life. So I had to think, what can I do to get rich? I wanted to get rich. I wanted to make an impact in a lot of different areas. And I was reading books and in some areas of my life, but nothing really stuck out to me. So as I was walking through the bookstore in Charleston before I left town, which was a couple of days from literally that point, kind of just winding down and getting out of town, I went to the bookstore and I was looking around and I'm thinking, man, what do I got to do? And I walked across this section. It said motivation and business and whatever, things like that, right? You've seen them before if you've been into a bookstore. Anyway, so I was walking through that section and I saw this book on the shelf. It said Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. And I was thinking, interesting. I want to be rich. Okay. So I grabbed this book. It was $2.95. I read a couple of pages of the book and it kind of inspired me because the hook in it was, when inside of this book are the pages that we don't know when, but how it will happen, that you will find the answer to success that you've always been searching for. I'm kind of paraphrasing it. Go back and read the book. I recommend it for anybody. If you haven't read it once, at least read it 15 to 20 times, and you'll get a lot of good stuff out of it. Anyway, so I'm reading this book, and it kind of triggered in my brain. I took the 2 nickels that I had that I rubbed together, put them together, went to the cash register, bought the book, and read a couple of chapters after that, and let it be from that point forward. This was probably about a 3 to 4 month window. Now, I'm telling you this for a particular reason because where it led me to. And so bear with me, please. So anyway, I got back to Miami, and I'm going, what am I going to do? And I just wasn't sure. But I knew one thing, that I wanted to have a business. I didn't want to really go work for anybody. I didn't really have a degree to go make that happen. I didn't go. I had friends and that we went to church with. We served in the altar together, that became doctors, lawyers, CPAs, professions. Your licensed type professions. It was very good for them. It was kind of like the history in their families, and they kind of carried the legacy forward in a lot of cases. Anyway, I didn't have any of that going for myself. I didn't. I negated it. I had an opportunity to go to college. It was paid for. My dad couldn't put us through college, but I kind of put that aside because I had this dream that I wanted to become an entrepreneur. I didn't want to work with anybody, and I got the flavor, working for yourself and in the restaurant business and the freedom, and and we were hard workers without question. But we didn't have any real guidance in that arena of business and things like that. We just did what we did, and we kind of learned through trial and error what to do. So anyway, when I landed back in Miami, I decided, okay, what am I going to do here? And sitting around one night, I was watching TV. It was about 12 o'clock at night. And this infomercial comes on about how to buy real estate and, this successful real estate investing stuff. Some of you guys maybe know what I'm talking about. And they're still around today, but more on the internet like you're looking at here. But they're around. And you got invited to this program. This weekend deal is free. That sounded good to me because free was really good for me back then. Okay. Anyway, I went and signed up for this deal, went to it, and got inspired. And I bought some material, not with my own money, but I went to my brother David, who was doing pretty well in his business, and I had nothing. So I went to him. I begged and I pleaded and I cried. And I literally, I was on a phone with him from this hotel at the Airport Hilton in Miami Airport Hilton. And I was on the phone with him, bro, I got to get this. This is it. It's going to be life changer for me and all of these things. And we'll work on it together. Whatever I did to beg, borrow, and to get the money from him to help me pay for it. It was like $395 or $295. I can't exactly, but it was something $295 or $395, one of those two things. Anyway, to keep it simple here, I got this program and decided that I wanted to get into the real estate space. So I did that business. I got my license. I did some investing back and forth. And for the first few years in the business, I was challenged. I never really followed a model per se. Again, entrepreneurial spirit, trial, error, try it on your own, trying to guess it, get some glimpses of what other people are doing and trying to figure out what they do without any real guidance or step-by-step plan that was pretty serious in a way that was accountable, and it was driven to lead me to a good result. So I watched people in my offices that I was with Century 21. I had a great broker, a couple of guys, Jim and Miguel, that were our brokers. But, listen, they did what they did to recruit people and to keep them motivated and share some ideas with them. And again, I'm young and dumb kind of deal and just didn't have any formality to my learning of the experience. So I proceeded to go through the process, trial and error, failed miserably, lost a lot of money, lost a lot of time, went out and bought a car. Miguel told me one day, hey, if you want to be motivated, man, go get in debt. Well, I was already in debt, but I wanted to be more motivated. So I got more motivated by buying a Cadillac 4-door sedan that, I don't know how I did it, but I can't even remember if I think about it now, but I did it. Okay. They gave me some financing and it was a few $1,000, whatever the case might be. Anyway, so I got this car and I'm driving around and I'm waving to people and I'm, all fancied up and ready to go, but nowhere to go. Okay. I'm ready to go, but nowhere to go. No guidance, nothing formal. Again, formal modeling success that we talk about and teach about today, knowing what I know now, going back to my earlier years. If I had me to coach me and tell me, probably wouldn't listen to myself, but I would take the advice and try to run with it. Okay. But if I got it from somebody else, I would have probably done that, but I didn't do it until later. After a couple of years, I started to get deeper and deeper into this work of Think and Grow Rich with Napoleon Hill. So I read books. I attended more seminars. I engaged in listening to Tony Robbins. You might be familiar with him. Brian Tracy on the psychology of selling. Tony Robbins on Unlimited Power, a number of other people. I was watching Les Brown speak on motivation at Motivation Mondays at an event up in Broward, where I lived, 25 miles, 30 miles away from. And I would go up there every Monday night and watch him speak and go, man, that's what I want to do. I would love to do what he's doing. And he was very, very wonderful and inspiring. And I wanted to be that. Right. And so I kind of just dug in my heels in. And I decided, okay, let me follow some steps here. So I started to do that. I followed I had more organization, more systemization. I guess when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. And they started to appear in my life because I was on the hunt. It's the reticular activating system in the back of our mind that engages when we are on the hunt for something. It shows up. If we're on the hunt for challenge, we're going to get that. If we're on the hunt for opportunity, we're going to get that, at least most of the time. It's not always perfect, but you know what I mean. So whatever we think about, we bring about, and it came about in my life. So to move this forward, now advancing it, I stayed in the business, did pretty well. And then one day my brother David calls me up, and he was on the lending side of the business. And he calls me, hey man, I know you listen to that guy, Brian Tracy, right? I said, yeah, the Psychology of Selling. It's an audio cassette program that you can buy. And I got this program, right? And I'm listening to Tony at the same time. I'm like voracious with this crap. It's unbelievable. Not crap, but you know what I mean? It was just like right there all the time. And David knew I was there because we lived together for a period of time. And I was up 24 hours a day listening and engaging. And I just wanted change, man. Do you ever just want it so bad that you just do whatever you got to do, right? So I was diving in, and I ended up even calling Robbins' organization back in the 1987, I think it was 87, early 88. I said, what do I got to do to come work with Tony? And how do I get a part of the system? And he had this franchise opportunity, couldn't afford it. But anyway, keep it simple here. David calls me up and he says, man, there's this guy, Brian Tracy. I know you're listening to him. He's got this ad in the paper, because David used to hunt through ads in the classified section to find opportunities for people to lend money to. And he came across this ad, and it said America's top speaker seminar company and top speaker looking for speakers in the area, Brian Tracy Seminars. David calls me up and says, hey, dude, there's this opportunity. Why don't you go look at it? I know you've been wanting to think about getting into this business. Well, why don't you go check it out? And I said, well, man, I'm busy right now. Maybe you call for me. So he did. He called for me, called me up about 10 minutes later. We got an appointment tomorrow at 2. That's brotherly love, because he knew that I wanted something really bad, and he stepped out on the plane for me to push me in that direction. I don't know if it was instinctive or whatever, but he did it, and I showed up to this appointment. Make a longer story shorter, I ended up signing up and engaging with a gentleman by the name of Jim Kaufman, Performance Group or something like that. But he was a promoter. He put the seminars on, and we bring in speakers like Brian Tracy, and that's kind of what we did. So we went out and sold seminars. We put butts in seats, and we went company by company by company by company, and we did these 30 to 45-minute workshops for free for people. At the end of those events, we would invite them to attend our event. Okay, similar to that of what I'm presenting to you today. I'm just being very transparent, because we wanted to, we brought in our story, we brought in our goal, our objective, and we shared some ideas with people. Now, I'm going to share some ideas with you here in a couple of seconds, but at the end of the day, I wanted to kind of lead this up to where we are today. And the point is this: today we're in the digital space. David and I are what we call, we wanted to be in real estate, so here it is. One of the biggest monsters of all time in terms of real estate, which is called digital real estate. Now, you may have heard that term before from other people, but it's true. This is digital real estate. It's virtual. It's a lot of people in it, on it, around it, engaged in it. You, me, everybody, on average 2.5 hours a day. There's billions and billions of eyeballs inside of this technology that you and I are talking on right now, and it's a really big space. But back then, just for clarification, we had to go out and do presentations belly to belly. We had to meet people one-on-one or one-on-many, but I could only do one presentation at a time. I couldn't do what I'm doing here today with you, talking to potentially millions of people at one time. We had to do it belly to belly. I couldn't meet with IBM on one corner and AT&T on the other, not in the way that we can do it today, because both of them could join in right now and be listening to this recording, same thing, and we'd have the same result very typically. So as we move forward here in the direction of what we're going to be talking about here at E3 Daily Pay, I shared this story with you because today more than ever before, again, if you want to change the trajectory of your business, your life, your income, and perhaps you're imagining a future where you don't have the ability to do things that you want to do. But on the other side, you have a dream of wanting to achieve the things that are possible for you, because they are possible. They are possible for me. They're possible for you. If the person in front of me is doing better than me, then there's potential. That's the deal. It doesn't make you any worse or me any better than you, or vice versa. It doesn't really matter. All I know is that if I ever wanted to be a Tony Robbins or a Brian Tracy or speak like them or teach like them, I just said, you know what? That's my potential. If they're doing it, shit, so can I. Why not? If I can do it, you can do it. If I can do what I'm doing here today, you can do what I'm doing here today in a similar vein. Obviously, with your own story, might be the same. It might be the same in a different light or a different road that you took and the path that you've taken in your life, family, your business, a number of things that you can come up with to let people know this is your story, because this is my story. David's is similar, but he'll share with you his deal one day. But at the end of the day, it's pretty much in alignment with mine, a little bit different in some cases, but for the most part, it's kind of the same deal here. So I'm sharing this with you because if you're going to decide to do something, you got to take a look at what you're going to do and why it's important to do it. Because really, at the end of the day, guys, the choices today are more than ever. We have this opportunity that has been granted to us by God, by something greater than us, by people, thought leaders, visionaries, guys like Gates or Warren Buffett or Elon Musk, things like this, that, they created these machines that today we can now do what we want to do through the internet. And I'm not going to go deep and wide on that, but it's right here, right now. So what does that mean for all of us? It means, and what does it mean for you? I've already decided, David has already decided that this is the road that we want to take, because we're literally going back to the future. I like to say it that way because really going back to the future, knowing what I know now and this access to what you're watching here today, guys, the world is your oyster. You've got the combination to the vault right here in your hands. I promise you. I believe that more than ever. And the reason I believe that is because, well, I see it happening every day. I look at statistics. I walk through the malls and people are like this. Okay, you can see what's going on with people scrolling on their phones, and checking their emails and looking for content or looking for a way to be better or laugh up something or watch a meme or watch an image or, learn from somebody, whatever, something to keep them entertained and educated and inspired, right? And take them away from the sometimes the garbage in life that we want to think is out there. Let me just dig into this. Guys, this is a huge, huge opportunity in my space and David's space and what we do, more so my side, because I've been more involved in the coaching and consulting side more than David has, although David's done probably equally as much. He's just got to, if I look back on what David has done and all the training together that we've done for our teams, ourselves, speeches, presentations, all of these things, it's a lot. It is a lot, and it was a terrific experience. But for the most part, where I'm going here is that the opportunity is right in front of us right now. I kind of skipped on something because my brain took a deep fry there, but it's okay. We'll get back on track here in a minute. But to the point of what we're doing here on the internet is really profound. Now, I can give you some bullets as to what to do, how, and share with you ideas that, let's say, I'll give you an example. If you went out and invested a couple of hours of time during your day, a couple of hours, that's it, okay? You could shut off some things, perhaps get off the phone, because we're on average spending about 2.5 hours on it anyway. As a consumer, Why don't you flip the time to a creator, right? That's an idea for you. Okay. I know you're looking at things and you're consuming, right? But you're consuming what other people are creating, right? That's the deal, right? If you watch news or you watch a movie or you watch Home Shopping Network or QVC, those people are creating and we are simply consuming, right? So if we're consuming, why can't we reverse the role for a couple hours a day, similar to what I'm doing now, right? And enabling myself to create so people consume my stuff, right? Or my message, or my information, or my education, or my inspiration. Why not do that? Well, you might think, well, I don't know if I can. Well, you can. You're already doing it right now. Perhaps you have some friends. Okay, maybe you have one, maybe you have 100. I don't know, but at some level, most people are connecting with the world outside of this environment, meaning family, friends, clients, colleagues, etc. Right, and so you're having some kind of a level conversation with them. And oftentimes, if you're perhaps in the entrepreneurial space, maybe sales, marketing, things like this, you're already doing it, right? So it's kind of like you're already a part of it. If you're spending time, we're coming into the holiday right now, and we're going to be spending more time with family, very typically, right? Most people are, and so you're going to be engaging with people, and perhaps they're going to come to you and learn something from you. Going to ask you about how life is going, how's your business, how's your job. You're going to have some kind of an engagement. So guys, you're already doing it, right? You may not be doing it on camera and recording the whole thing, but you're doing it in its natural course of your being. You're going to the grocery store, you're going to the mall to buy clothes, you're getting your hair cut, you're getting your oil changed on your car, you're getting your car washed at the car wash, you're going to pick up your dog food at the pet store. There's a number of things that we forget about, that we are actually interacting with other human beings. Walk outside, go to a park, you see a bunch of people there. That's the greatest video in the world coming from your mind, your eyes, that you can see. And if it's difficult for you to see, well, that's why I'm wearing glasses. Then you can hear. And if it's difficult for you to hear it, like it is for me, I'm losing my sight and my hearing all at one time. No, it's not that bad. But my point is this: is it's possible. So if you can invest a couple hours a day to create and then earn from it, how would that make you feel? Because you can do that. Those creators that you see, the Home Shopping Network that you see online, even PBS, okay, like them or not, they've been doing this for 100,000 years, it seems like. Okay, Susie Orman, Dr. Dennis Waitley, Iman, I think is a guy's name. He does stuff on the brain. I mean, there's a number of people and they're still doing it. And they primarily do this content to create education for people. At the end of that, then they invite them to donate to PBS to keep it going, right? So the speaker gets up, he does his talk, shares some great ideas for about an hour, maybe 90 minutes. And in between, he's doing a little bit of encouraging for people. Listen, if you sign up for the PBS donation and be a philanthropist to the PBS station to bring value like this all the time, it's a couple of bucks a month, and you're going to get a package of material that you can use at home to help you be healthier, happier, more self-confidence, and wealthier. All of those things with those different speakers. Dr. Wayne Dyer, he was a phenomena. I mean, he became one of the greatest of all time thought leaders, in my humble opinion. There's many of them, but to me, he's one of the top. He's brilliant. He's smart. God rest his soul. And he impacted millions upon millions upon millions of people. He wrote book after book after book, and he spent a good portion of his career on PBS pushing out his message. He did a number of other things, don't get me wrong, but that was a primary venue for him to push it out. All done on what? This medium right here called TV, right? On steroids right now, whether you're watching this on YouTube or you're watching this somewhere else, I don't know, but you know what I'm talking about, right? So where am I leading to with this? At the end of the day, we decided that this space is where it should be for us. Now, maybe not for you, maybe it could be for you. But if you have an inkling of a desire to make some kind of a minimal shift in your career, and you're looking at this environment of digital space, this digital world that we are living in with artificial intelligence and YouTube and social media, profound. It's just unreal. Okay. And you want to have something that you can deliver to the world and earn from it, right? Additional income, full-time income, every now and again income, something along those lines. If you have an inkling, if a hair on the back of your neck is standing up right now, there's a little angel on your shoulder going, maybe you should think about it, then take a look at what we're offering. And if you invest a couple hours a day doing some very simple, helpful things, okay, I would pop up my screen right now to show you things that I do on artificial intelligence using ChatGPT. Phenomenal. What is such a support for $20 a month? I mean, I got somebody here, it's like a full-time assistant, never complains, never argues, answer questions, gives me 10 different iterations of it. If I'm not happy with it, and they don't even argue with me. Sure, no problem. Let me know if this helps. Sure, no problem. Let me know if this helps. And boom, it helps me out. So there is no lack of pushing this information out there to help other people. And you just have to step up and say, okay, how do I get in front of the wave? Now, what is the wave? The wave is very simply this: the e-learning business, this environment that you and I are talking on right now. Well, we're not talking, but you're potentially hearing me. I hope you are anyway, listening in, is a great space, right? The e-learning industry is a phenomenal opportunity because it's growing leaps and bounds. I mean, over the last several years, many years, online education to get degrees has been profoundly out there. You see companies like Udemy, right? YouTube is a how-to kind of a venue for a lot of people. Sure, there's some stuff that's entertainment, but guys like us, we put out content. Now, for me personally, I got a bunch of stuff on my YouTube channel, but I sucked. Okay, now it's changing, or it's going to change for sure. But I sucked at pushing the message out in a way that works with YouTube, and we'll teach you all that stuff later. But for now, just understand this environment. It's a multi-million dollar a day business. It's growing leaps and bounds by 15, 20, 30% a year. It's going to be $1 trillion industry in short order here. Why? Well, because of this. I'm able to sit at home. You perhaps may be sitting at home, or you want to sit at home. And there's millions of people who are online right now looking for ways to do certain things so they can make additional income, have more time freedom in their lives. There's nothing more powerful than this, but they're also looking to learn. Now, you may not want to do digital marketing and coaching and sales training and leadership stuff like maybe I do at some level, right? At a deep level often, but maybe you have a certain craft, or you know how to, let's say, play a guitar or train dogs or raise a family, and you have special ways to do. Maybe you have recipes that you want to put out there. This vein, this opportunity sitting in front of you is really phenomenal. It's a way to monetize your life. Okay, you're already doing it. People are already interested. I mean, just, don't stop this. After we're done here, go to YouTube and type in how to change oil, how to bake bread, how to make more money, how to make more sales, how to sell and buy real estate. I mean, there's a plethora, abundance amounts of how-tos out there. And when you look at those environments, look at the people that are viewing, okay? 10,000 views, 2 views, 2,000 views, 1 million views. I mean, you can see it all over the place, right? So that means people are, when there's views, right? You've done something right, which I've done wrong. Transparent, I've done it wrong. But I have a lot of stuff on my YouTube channel that if you listen to it, it could help you out a lot. I really believe that. But I just sucked at the way I did it. And it was very arbitrary at the beginning stages of my business and doing it. And I take responsibility for that. But no more screwing around with that deal, because I want to squeeze every opportunity out there. Because listen, I'm doing what I'm doing right now extemporaneous. There is no formality to the steps. I had an intro. I told you what I'm going to do, and I'm going to share some ideas with you. Hopefully, I'm inspiring you to this thing. So let me go back. So if you can invest a couple hours a day, share some content with people. Even stuff that if you don't want to be on camera, you can do it that way with technology today. But share some inspiration and education in helping people to take it over the next level, and then invite them to engage with you. Now, you might say, Mike, I don't have, perhaps what you got. I don't have the education that you got and the books that you've written and the, all the coaching that you've done, all of those things. I get that. I have less than a lot of people who are before me. I look at Tony Robbins. Okay. When we worked with Tony, David and I worked with Tony for a couple of years, and we worked with him when I say a couple of years, we worked internally with him for a couple of years, meaning for his company. We came in along with a new CEO and a couple other people, re-engineered a whole sales and marketing department that was a part of his company. He did other things, but this was one major portion, which was the event business. And we would put butts in seats, and we came in and really systemized and organized how we did it with no education. Well, we did it through trial and error and a lot of hard work. And that's a deep story, but I'm not going to go there today. But at the end of the day, we went to work with Tony and we helped that process out, right? So it doesn't really matter what you might have and what you don't know. You already have you. You are the most valuable asset. Your authenticity, your life, whatever it is. If you, again, I want to make sure I'm clear here. You don't have to create content to go get people to buy your content. You don't have to do that. You can. I'll do that from time to time, but you can also align with people who have created content. Now, I can go out there and put stuff together. And I have it. I have hundreds of videos that I put together, literally hundreds of videos of different, elements of information, educating and informing and motivating people, etc. Okay. And I can package that up and sell it. Okay. And I will eventually do that. Now, the other side of it is why, if I don't want to do that, it's on my mind. I may not want to do that. I have it. Okay, I'll use it. It'll be around as a legacy. I'll put it up online and throw it out there. Never make money from it, but it doesn't matter. I have made money from it at some level, but there's an opportunity for you to take advantage of an opportunity where you could buy a prepackaged, already done for you training program on digital marketing, how to sell, and you can earn 100% of the profits from the business. There is no commission splits. You do it when you want. You have the time freedom to do it. Other people have already created it. All you have to do is find the people that might be interested in it. Now, you're perhaps listening to me at this point, and yeah, you've got some interest in it. I don't know if you'll buy anything. I hope you do. But if you don't, that's okay. But my goal here is to let you know that the opportunity exists right in front of you, right? I'm looking at my clock here going, okay, I'm 8 minutes into this, and I got to move forward here because I know your time is extremely valuable. So let me kind of button some of these things down. I'm not going to say I'm going to complete, because when I do that, that's not true. But if you're here now and you want to jump over later, just write this down, e3dailypay.com, e3dailypay.com. And you can go there and you can learn more about what we're talking about here. Now, what I want to make sure that we're clear about here is the opportunity. One, takes some desire. If you want to change, you want something additional, you want to be better, you want to make more money, all of those things are available to you. Okay. You have to believe that you can do it, and you have the backup and support of people that will help you get there. That's one of the great things about what we do. We're in a terrific community. 2, if you decide you want to do it and you can squeeze out a couple hours a day, literally, why do I have to do this? Is 2 hours enough? 2 hours can be enough. I might go longer than people are doing it at 2 hours, but that's just my choice, right? But if you do it at a minimum of 2 hours a day with the access to this platform that you're listening to this on, or perhaps someplace else, guys, you can hit so many eyeballs that it's unbelievable. See, I would spend 2 hours going to a presentation when I was a young guy starting in this seminar business, and it'd take me 2 hours. It'd take me half an hour to get there, an hour to present, and half an hour to go to my next meeting. I mean, figure run roughly about 2.5 hours of time just to see one customer, one. Or now I can do a 30-minute presentation or a 2-minute presentation or a 1-minute presentation or whatever I want, and not leave my house, never get in my car, never fill up my tank with gas, never worry about anything, and present this online. And yeah, I might not get everybody and 1 million views and 10,000 likes. I don't care. All I need is one. All I need is two. All I need is 20. Of the millions of eyeballs online right now, I can do this with the ease of this. That's where the 2 hours comes in, because you're leveraging yourself. You're leveraging yourself with access to the technology, automations, and systems that we show you how to do all of these things, by the way. You don't have to ever worry about, oh, I can't do that. I'm never going to be able to do that. I'm not a techno person. You don't need to be a techno person. I'm a techno person conceptually, but implementing this stuff, forget it, man. I ain't good at it. Okay. I like to give that to other people, and, it just don't want to do it. Okay. I get it. I get, what artificial intelligence can do, but I'm not good at implementing. I'm good at what I'm doing here. This is my honey hole. I love speaking to people. I love talking. I can talk and rattle for hours on end. Just give me a question on a napkin and give me a half a day, and I've got your attention. At least I hope I do. Anyway, so a couple hours a day, a pre-done system for you, which I was looking for. I mean, I'm going, okay, I'm a coach, right? Just to give you a quick example, I'm a coach and I do one-on-one coaching with people. When I'm one-on-one with people, I'm not one-on-many, okay? I can't do it. It doesn't work, because that's what people invest in me, and I invest my time with them to help them grow their businesses. I'm only as good as my last call, okay? And all of those calls are great, at least I think so, and I hope they do. But at the end of the day, I'm only as good as that last call. So I'm not leveraging myself. And going back again to my younger self, I couldn't leverage myself back then the way I could today. So I've decided that, you know what, I'm going to maintain a base of clients doing those one-on-ones, and I'll always continue to do that, not only for them, but for other people. I just love it. Okay. But it's going to be a much higher price than what I do if you want me on this line here, because this is like inexpensive for anybody to invest in, right? You don't have to give me thousands of dollars to make this work. Okay. And it's only one time. I mean, I have people that invest with me year over year over year over year, and they invest in time with me, which is fine. I'm happy with that, and they're happy with it, and I'm cool with that, and they're cool with it. So at the end of the day, it's there for the taking. But I want you to think about it this way: if you could take a couple hours a day, if you have a desire, let me just peel the onion back and be pretty direct here. If you have a desire, because you're obviously listening to me at this point. Number two, if you decide that you want to do something, okay, you have this reason why you want to do it, which is your desire, right? And you decide, okay, let me look deeper. So you search, how do I make money online? How do I make more money, period? Okay. How do I make an extra income side hustle that I hear about all the time? And you Google it, and my picture comes up along with David's, okay? His is better looking than mine. But at the end of the day, this information is going to pop up, and you decide, you know what, I want to take this step. Let me check into it. Let me do some due diligence here. I'm on this journey. Let me take advantage of it while it's here. I'm hot. I'm burning. I got to make some extra money. I'm dying here. I got to make things happen, right? Whatever the reasons are. I want to change my family's life. I want to be able to go on a trip without having to ask anybody's permission to do so, and not worrying about if I can afford it. I just decide I want to go or not go. That's really the deal. Okay. So that would be great. Right. And so, and be able to do a number of those things. Money is not the root of all evil. It's for the love of it is the root of all evil. Right. If you just do everything, like if I'm sitting here going, okay, guys, I'm going to end this, and this should have ended, 40 minutes ago, and go up and check us out. I mean, I could do that in a very quick fashion, but that's not my mission. I want to hopefully educate you to give you some value before you go. Okay. Now there's a lot of these that are shorter recordings, but when you go to E3 Daily Pay, you'll learn very quickly what we do. But if you have a desire and you decide and you commit and you create a plan with a system behind it, okay, those 5 things in place, you can really create what you want to create. You can. It's like, I mean, it's not that complicated. Anybody can do it. Anybody can do it. Now, will everybody do it? Absolutely not. Will anybody listening to this, there's going to be a bunch of people listening to this, and a bunch of people will not do nothing with what I've got. Even if they invest in it, they'll probably do very little with it. Okay. It takes time. It's not difficult. It just takes a commitment. You have to deal with frustration. You have to deal with making money and how to manage it. A couple of things, although it's not a big deal, it's very doable. I don't want to overcomplicate it, but I don't want to undersimplify, because I don't want to make you feel like, well, I can do that. That's so easy. Yeah, you can do it, and it is so easy. But there's going to be some work required. I'm not going to, be the wizard behind the curtain and faking you out here. I don't want to be that person. I'm going to be transparent and honest with you. This journey is not easy, but it's also freeing. You're going to have some days where you might go, why? I'm not making any money. Then you're going to say, yeah, but if I did go do this, then I can make some cash flow for the day, right? And that's what's cool about this. You do as much as you want, as little as you want, as whatever you want to do, and you can make some cash flow on a daily basis. That's what we did. Now, a lot of people say, well, that's fantasy, Mike. How do you make money on a daily basis? Well, Amazon made money today on a daily basis. Well, 266,000 monies. Okay, somebody bought something 266,000 times today. Okay, I bought something for my car, for my windshield, to put my phone up so I could do recordings like this in my car. The other one that I had broke. I went back on Amazon. I reordered the one that I paid $20 for, and the next morning I had it in my front porch. Okay, while I slept, they delivered. You do that every day. Did you go to the grocery store the other day? Buy some milk, perhaps, bread for your family, some food, and then you, at the end of the checkout, you said, okay, I'll pay you later. No, they said, before you leave, you must pay us. So that's what we call daily pay, right? If you went to your local restaurant, Burger King, McDonald's, Ruth's Chris, I don't know. You decide and you went someplace. Did you walk out of there without paying for the food? No. They brought you value. You invested time with you and your friends and family, and you had a great steak, and you left. Before you left, wait a minute, here's the check, and you paid the bill. Rich or poor, you paid the bill. Okay, that's the deal. That restaurant, that grocery store, that Amazon, that Walmart, that Target, that Costco, blah, blah, and going on and on and on and on. They offer services. You have a desire, a need for something. I need the gallon of milk, to keep it simple here. And I got to go to the shelf, pick it off the shelf, and go to the front and pay the register and leave and go home and give milk to my kids. That's the deal. Okay. It's pay daily. They're earning income every single day. So this fantasy that you have to wait, or that's a bunch of crap, or it's a bunch of hype, doesn't exist. It's not real. It just doesn't exist. Right. So here's what I want to share with you. The simplicity of this. Now, I said to you that I would share with you some ideas, and I'm already giving them to you. I'm already giving you these ideas. No construct, no order per se, but I know where I want to go with this. At the beginning, I said I want to share some ideas with you. 2 hours a day, invest, learn, and we'll give you a program to make that happen. You don't have to create content. And so I'm going to be transparent here. Go to e3dailypay.com. Check it out. Learn more. You don't have to do anything, but at least take it around the block. No harm in doing that. Take you a few minutes of your time out of your already busy schedule. Peruse, instead of consuming, let me go look at this and consume this. At least do this. Maybe you've done this already. Maybe you've looked at 100 areas like this and you find, where am I going to fit into this? I can't seem to figure it out, because there's always these shiny object deals going on. Been through it, done that. I got books behind me telling you that. Okay. But at the end of the day, guys, go take a look at it. So desire, decide, commit, have a plan, right? And execute on that plan. Not complicated. And if you have the backing of this information, which is our company, E3 Daily Pay, then you have the opportunity of a lifetime. And you have programs that you can choose from that range from $100 up to $900 to invest in. We have 4 different product lines that we have, in addition to a couple other things that we do. That's a different conversation for another day, but that's our core product line right now that we're offering. We didn't create it, but we looked at it very intensely, especially coming from our background. We said, this is good stuff, dude. Right? I said to my brother, and he showed it to me, and I looked at it, and I'm very weary myself, just because I've been around the block and I look at this stuff all day long, practically. Okay. And so when I looked at it, I said, this is fantastic. This is great. Let's take it to the next level. And that's what we're doing here. So we're going to invite you to take a look at this. We're going to invite you to open your mind up to the possibilities for you. We've already decided what we're going to do. We have our reasons for what we're doing. We already have a system for making that happen. And we want to invite you to engage in that same exact system, because that's really all you need. You just need something, if you said, well, Mike, I'd love to have owned a McDonald's. I went there with my kid the other day, and there was millions of people there, and they were spending tens of thousands of dollars an hour. Man, if I had that place, I would be rich, pretty well off, right? Now, that work takes a lot of work, but if you wanted to open a McDonald's, you're going to go through the same deal, okay? You invest, they give you a book, you go through some training, and they give you what we call a system. That's the franchise business. It's a system, whether you're opening a Starbucks, a Dunkin' Donuts, or a McDonald's, a Burger King, Wendy, we can come up with a million franchises out there, right? And those franchises are very successful because they have a system that anybody in any walk of life who has a passion for plumbing or cleaning houses or serving hamburgers can go in there. If they have the money and the wherewithal, they're going to go in and they're going to invest in these systems, and they're doing it thousands of times every single day. It's amazing. And what I'm doing here and what David and I are doing here is like nothing compared to that, meaning it's nothing as far as an investment is concerned, right? And the cool part about it, there's very minimal of any overhead whatsoever involved. And you want to look at things like that when you're getting, especially into the digital space. There's some, there's a couple of bucks you're going to invest here and again. You're going to do what you want, but you don't have to. I mean, there's a lot of things like this that are out there available for you to go out there and do. Free. You're already on YouTube, right? Or you're on, let's say TikTok, or you're on, let's say Instagram or Facebook, and you have this thing in your hand. Where is it? It's over here. Okay. And this phone right here. Okay. That's my dad, by the way. He's a good looking guy. Okay. But as you can see the date and time there, the time is now 11:05. Okay. So really, guys, at the end of the day, all you need to do is, let me just do this real quick. Okay. And you can go to, places like this. Okay. Well, I don't want to show that one. Happens to show it. Okay. This is a good friend of mine. This is Jason. Okay. And he's on there. He's creating some content. And you see these people here. And you see these people here. And you see these people here. Now, all you have to do is hit a button. Okay. And I can do a recording. Let's just say 60 seconds. And I just hit the record button. I say, hi, guys, this is Mike. And I'm here recording to my audience a little bit of information about sharing content with you. And I appreciate your time and I appreciate your energy. So do yourself a favor, comment below. Please take a look at e3dailypay.com, and so they can see that this actually works in some way, shape, or form. At least make me look good, please. I appreciate that. All right, guys. Thanks so much, e3dailypay.com. And I'm going to hit the check button. Okay. I'm just going to kind of go through it without even putting any title up. I'm just going to post it. Okay. Post video. That's it. Okay. And she comes up. Okay. But my video will come up in a second. And it's, it's uploading now 80, 90%. Okay. We're there. How difficult was that? Okay. Well, but Mike, you have the personality. You can do that stuff. I don't have any personality. Okay. This is years and years of practice that I've done with this. And you don't even have to have that. Man, I wish I could let go of some of the stuff I have just to give me some better freedom, because it doesn't matter. What matters is you. What matters is your possibility. So let's wind this down. I've got 55 minutes into this, and I got to wind it down because you need to go find 2 hours in your day. You need to go to e3dailypay.com. Now, there's a couple of reasons why you perhaps may not want to do this. One, you might say, Mike, I don't have the 2 hours. I'm already squeezing everything I can out of my life between raising my family, working the 2 jobs, all of these things. I just don't have the time. I'm worn. I mean, I was talking to somebody the other day. They're working their deal 10 hours a day, and they're saying, man, I am so fried. I can't even think after that. I know the deal. Been there, done that. I know what it's like, right? But could I get up just a little bit earlier? Maybe stay maybe 15, 20 minutes later in my day. Let me just go take my dog for a walk. And while I'm walking my dog, which you'll see me do from time to time and record, hey, I'm walking my dog. You could walk your dog too. Wouldn't it be great if we just all walk our dogs and have money coming in? Wouldn't that be great? It's doable, guys. I know it sounds a little far-fetched. It sounds a little, oh, you're way out there, Mike. Oh, you're trying to, trick me into getting into some MLM deal. Well, let's say an MLM. Okay. I like the industry because of the nature of the model, but the industry in and of itself, just to me, does not connect. And if you're in the business already, God bless you. Make sure you're with a good company and you're getting compensated for it, right? And you're making more money than what you put into it in a very, very, very short period of time, okay? Like our business here, this is a one-time investment. You don't owe me anything after that. Once you invest, you're not on your own, which is the great part, but there's nothing else that I'm going to ask for from you. There's other things that you can invest in if you want to, tools and technologies like this program here. I'm using StreamYard. Click the link below. There's probably a link in here so that you can engage in it because, well, we're an affiliate with them, okay? You're not going to pay any more because you went to our link. We're just going to make a couple of bucks as the company decided, well, Mike is marketing StreamYard here. Hey, let's give him a couple of bucks, okay? Doesn't cost you any more money to do that. Even if they took away the affiliate deal, they're going to still charge the same amount of money. They're just offering it, just like, well, Amazon, Target, Walmart, Macy's, Ultra. I can go on and on and on and on and on and on of the different major mega Fortune 500 retail outlets and stores and companies out there. Scroll to the very bottom and they'll say affiliates. Earn money with us. I mean, 1 + 1 = 2. Makes sense to me. So one of the reasons you might say is, like, going back and we wind this down here, because I digress. You guys can tell, right? All right. So one reason you may not decide to do this, at the end of the day, you're going to decide, well, Mike, I don't have the time. You can make the time. Okay. Stop doing something that's not productive for you and do something that is productive. Very minimal. Mike, I don't have the experience. You don't need the experience. You need a system. Okay. I don't need the experience to run a McDonald's. I have to have the desire and some money, okay, to run a McDonald's and know that it's a good business and it's proven, right? It's a proven model. I just go to a university for a couple of days and sit down with them, and they're going to teach me everything to run a restaurant. I just got to put the key in the door. That's the deal. I get people to come in and run and take money from the cashier to cook the fries, flip the hamburgers, and deliver it at the drive-thru, whatever, okay? And so really, guys, it's that simple. So time, make it. It's easy to do. You can find it. If you want to find it, call me up. I'll show you where the 24 hours is and how much you can extract from it, because that's kind of some of the things I do with my clients, okay? The experience, you don't need any. You seem to have a desire. Really. It will give you everything. I mean, we give you every bit of tools if you use them, and it's going to take a little bit of energy and work and commitment to learn it and implement it. I'm not going to say, here it is and turnkey. It is turnkey, but you got to put the key in the door to turn it. Okay. You got to take some time to do it. You got to invest a few dollars a few hours of time to learn, and you'll learn. It's an ongoing process anyway. You think all these books were read in one sitting? No, they're read multiple times over many years, right? The third reason, Mike, the money. Okay. But let me ask you a question. If you called me and said, Mike, I really want this, And I said to you, if the first person who calls me up, I'll give it to you. Actually, if you do that, I'm going to do that right now. I'm going to make this offer right now. The next 5 people, okay, who call me or message me, click a link. Mike, I want your program, okay? I'd love to test it out, take it around the block. For the first 5 people who do it, and I'll give you our first level program. It's a $100 deal, and it's yours to have. All you got to do is message Mike, I want $100. I'll give it to you, literally. Okay. You'll have to go through a process. You have to go through a checkout, but I'll give you a coupon code, which when you get to me and you reach out to me and say, Mike, give me the $100 deal for free, I'll give you the coupon code and you go there. There's no smoke and mirrors behind that. Why? Because I can do that. I just go to my merchant account, which is Stripe in this case. I say coupon code 100% off, and it's yours for free. I will take the hit. I will lose the $100 for you. Actually, I have the right to do that because I can choose to do that. Will I miss out on a $100 bill? Yeah. Is it going to break or break me? No. Would it be nice to have it? Absolutely. I love $100 bills, don't you? Okay. All right. And you can trial it out. I'm for first 5 people only. I can't do it beyond that. I'm lucky. You're lucky I said 5. I almost said 1. The first person who does this gets that. Okay. Now, I don't know if you're going to take me up on the offer, but it's a very high content $100 investment that if you just use that, you can make yourself enough money. Now, all you got to do is do it, implement it, and you'll see, and you'll be amazed. Just if you want to take it around the block for those of you who are perhaps a little bit skeptical. So go ahead, send it to me, and you can send me an email to info. Send it to info at e3globalpartners.com. Info at e3globalpartners.com. That's our main company's email, and I'll know that you went there. Take a look at it. Go to E3 Daily Pay to learn about it, and then you can click a link and you can send me an email and I'll see that you've done it because I'll give you the coupon code when I'll reply to you. If you want to look at it and then say, Mike, I'm interested, I want to learn more, I'll send you the coupon code for a $100 investment. That's it. Keep it simple. Okay. Oh, that was a good thing, right? Pretty cool. Came up right off the top of my head. Brother will probably shoot me because, well, Mike, why are you giving away the farm? Well, we're not giving away the farm. We're opening up the farm because we want you to be successful. So experience, time, and money, 3 big reasons. Okay. There's a 4th one. I'll wrap it up with this. But the money thing, guys, if you gotta, if this at all piques your interest, and if you like it, it makes total sense, which I hope it does. It should, even though I was rambling here on this recording. At the end of the day, if you just took it around the block and you said, this stuff really makes sense. I get a package of information. Okay. I'm not going to put it on the shelf. I'm going to use it. I can invest a couple hours a day implementing what we're talking about, and you'll learn all of that in the training. Okay. I'm not going to give that to you today, but we'll show you how to do that. We'll show you where the income streams come in from, right? We'll show you the value of the content. I mean, guys, it's a value. For those of you getting this deal for $100 for free, if you're going to do it, you're going to want to call me back and say, Mike, how do I invest the $900? Because I can make a lot of money. Because once you invest it once, just for clarity, let me just kind of button this thing on money. Okay. There's an investment of 100, 300, 600, and 900, 4 different options. Okay. Whatever level you want to take is fine. Okay. But let's say you wanted to go invest the $900. All you need to do is make one $900 sale. Okay. Or 3 $300 sales, or 9 $100 sales, or 1.5 $600 sales. Okay. To get your money back. That's it. That's all you got to do. 100% into your pocket. I don't make any. We make our money on the first investment, which is the investment that you're going to make in yourself and in your life and your dreams and your legacy and the freedom of time and money and everything that you want, because that's what my belief is. That's what our belief is. This is sincere, guys. I'm just telling you like it is. This is not, well, it's one of those webinar things, well, whatever you want to look at it as, I really don't care. Okay. What I do care about is changing lives. Both David and I, that's our mission. Change lives. Keep it simple. Okay. And that's what we're here for at e3dailypay.com. E3 Global Partners, our big company, our mother company, right? We do a number of things. We'll talk about that later. But for today, so let me recap, button this up. Okay. 1, go to e3dailypay.com. 2, ask yourself, do I need to do this? This is probably a reason why you may not do it. I don't have the experience. We'll give you the tools to help you out. I don't have the time. You'll have to make the time. I can't make up time for you, right? You have to decide that, right? But if I gave it to you, which I've given it to at least 5 people now, at least $100 investment for free on me, okay, and you look at it, you have to make some time to look at it. And if you implement it, you can make money with it, period. I'm giving it to you. There's no cost, okay? No cost to you whatsoever to do this, right? But you'll see the time. Make the time. Whether it's with us or anybody else, quite honestly, don't let it just go to the side. Do something with it. You know, I mean, we can make all the money in the world, lose all the money in the world, but once we spend time, we're not going to get it back. So maximize your time with your business, with your life, with your family, and it doesn't take a lot, as long as it's quality time, sitting down, perusing the internet, kicking back, defrying your brain. Okay, it is what it is, right? But ultimately, that's the deal. The third thing is the system. Am I going to have a system for it in the money to make this happen? Listen, if it makes sense to you and you don't have the money, then start somewhere. You can start at the $100 program, okay? Again, 5 people are getting it for free. But if you miss out on that, doesn't matter. Go find $100. Listen, I went to the store yesterday and in a matter of 30 minutes, bought some milk and some machined, stuff to wash clothes from Tide. Commercial for Tide. Give me some money, please. Okay, for mentioning your name. But I walked out with some, little bit of food. I mean, 4 items, $75 in a matter of 30 minutes, and $1.50 for a hot dog and a Coke. Almost got a slice of pizza because I was that hungry. Okay. Then I went to the dog store and spent another $20 over there. And then I went over to Walmart to buy a pan for my wife. I mean, for a few bucks. At the end of the day, between gas, time, and energy, I spent $100 within 2 hours. Okay. Come on, guys. Right. So we spend it like it's nothing. We'll go to a movie. We'll rent a movie. Look at this. Well, it's not here. It's in the other room. The other 3 rooms are 3 big screen TVs. On average, probably about $800 a piece. We'll spend money on that, right? To entertain ourselves. Why don't we go out there and entertain others and do that? So it's an investment. It is, without question. But it's a one-time investment, and all you need to do is sell one. If you never sold but one, you got your money back. So it's really no loss. There are no guarantees about anything. There's no guarantee that you're going to make money, ever will make money. Most people won't make money. I have to say that by the rules of federal laws, okay? But it's up to you to decide what you're going to do with it. The last thing here, guys, and we'll kind of wrap it up with this, excuse me, is your belief, okay? And I'm going to align that with 2 things, your beliefs and your standards. Your belief in yourself. You're already doing things in your life that you probably go, man, I'm pretty good at this, right? Could be a number of things. Perhaps raising a family, having children, raising those children, taking care of your family, a number of things that we can come up with, whether you're a man of the house or a woman of the house or whatever. You're in a partnership. I don't care your position in life, but you're already doing things that that you can do, which is what we call a reference, a belief that you've established. I can drive a car. I now get behind a wheel with the belief that I'm going to get from point A to point B without getting killed or killing anybody, as long as I follow the rules of the road. You all know what I'm talking about. So you already understand what it is to have a belief in something. And a belief, as my great friend Tony Robbins says, is nothing but a feeling of certainty about something. We feel certain about something. We know it. It starts with us, our belief in ourselves. It starts in the product. If we're gonna market and sell and make money with something, the company we work for, both of those things, those three things, if we believe in ourselves, what we're selling, and the company that we represent, we got strong beliefs. We got a good foundation going on for ourselves. However, it begins with you. Do you believe in yourself? Perhaps you've had an experience that didn't work out for you, and you're saying, oh, that's never going to work for me again. I'm too old. I'm too young. I'm too middle-aged. I'm too busy. I don't have the time. I don't have the money. I don't have the energy. I am fed up. It's broken. Something's missing in my life. And you have all of these shattered beliefs from bad experiences that come around in your life. Guys, in an instant, you can change it. Literally change it out. And you can do it right now. Does it take work? 100%. I mean, if you don't think that you think sitting here going through this is a walk in the park, it is today. When I first began my first presentation, I was shaking in my suit. Okay. I had a white shirt on, a red tie, and a blue suit, and I'm sweating down the back of my neck in front of a group of 6 people. The very first public major outside of my comfort zone public presentation. I walked out there going, man alive, I can make money today. And I sold 5 tickets to go to our seminar for $500 in a matter of 45 minutes. A Lanier Corporation in Miami. What a day in the heck. Man, I was like miserable. I was overwhelmed. This is my first presentation. They threw me into the fire. I walked out of you thought I was good looking, gave a good presentation or something, but they all cut a check for $900 or $99 each for a total of 5 people. It's doable, right? So my belief in the beginning was way down. I loved what I was doing, but I wasn't sure if I could do it because it was my first time. But when I first did it, or when I did it and I finished and I got the result, what happened to my belief? Shot way up. Man, this is possible. Wow. I believe in myself now, right? I went on to do many thousands of those meetings, making tens and hundreds of thousands of income and dollars for ourselves and myself and my family and everything. Did that massively because of that one experience. Just believe in yourself. And if this doesn't work for you, that's cool. Whatever you decide to do, believe in yourself. Believe that you can have and do and be anything that you want to be. There is no excuse, only the ones that we make for ourselves. And that's it. So we have those things going on. So I'll leave you with this story and then we'll wind this down. I appreciate it. Make sure to go to e3dailypay.com. Check it out. Take it around the block. Okay. If you want the deal for free, send it to me. I don't know if my email is going to blow up now or later. I have no idea. Perhaps nobody will ever send me an email to info@e3globalpartners.com. Okay. Make sure you write that down. e3globalpartners.com. info@e3globalpartners.com and put in the subject line, I want $100. And I'll know what it's about. Whatever you put in the subject line, I'll know it. If it's from you, I'll check my spam too, just in case. But and you'll get a response from me, and I'll go through the deal. But let me wind this down with this. There was this company in Montana. It was a big lumber company. They would chop these trees down and they create lumber, right? And interestingly enough, there was a guy that was one of the most successful lumberjacks in the whole world. He was like the best at what he did. And everybody was always vying for the position of being the top lumberjack. One day, this young man comes into this company and he's determined that he's going to be the very best lumberjack in this whole company. So young, ambitious, strong, driven, he comes into work early, works through lunch, stays late into the evenings, and works day in and day out, over and over and over again. Yet no matter what he did, no matter how hard he worked, no matter how young he was, he could never outproduce this old lumberjack. Frustrated, one day he decided, I'm going to go to e3dailypay.com and learn the reason why this guy is more successful than everybody. I'm not joking. Anyway, so he decided one day to go to this guy and walked up to him. He said, sir, I have to ask you a question. You know, I'm younger, I'm stronger, I'm more ambitious than you. I come in early, I stay late, I work through lunch, but no matter what I do, I can never chop more wood than you. Can you please give me a nugget, share something with me, give me the secret to your success? The lumberjack looks at him and he goes, you know, son, I noticed that you are working very hard. I see that you're young and you're really strong, and I notice your ambition because I see you working all of those hours. However, there is one thing that I do different than everybody else. No matter how busy I am, no matter how big the demands are, no matter what is required of me, I will always take time out of my busy schedule to sharpen my axe. Take time to sharpen your axe. You know, you learn an idea, you get better at something, and you apply it, you're going to get better and better at it over time. Take time, guys, out of your day to sharpen your axe. Sharpen your axe on your ability to earn income, your ability to transform your life and others as well. Learn what you can do. Listen, guys, a couple hours a day. I know it seems like, oh, that's not a lot. You can put as many as you want in. You want to put an hour in? I don't care. But I will tell you this, because of this automation and this internet and this technology and a number of other things that I won't get into now, but it's just, you can do it, literally, okay? I've been here, an hour and 15 minutes right now talking, okay? And it means it's possible for you. So I want to encourage you, check it out. And if it makes sense to you, invest in yourself, invest in your family, invest in your future, invest in getting back the freedoms that we've lost, the feelings of anxiousness and anxiety because, oh, let me check my bank account before I go to the grocery store. Let me decide if I can go on the trip versus wanting to go on the trip. Do you need to do that? I mean, there are other people don't have to do that. Okay. There's a lot of people. It doesn't seem like maybe your center of influence may not be like that. And God bless them. It doesn't really matter. But there are people that if you go to a cruise ship right now and sit on there and go, my gosh, this thing holds 3,000 people and they're oversold. That means it's possible. And it's possible for you to do what you want, when you want, without ever asking permission to do it. Is it going to take some work? Absolutely. Is it going to take some commitment? Yes. Will you go be frustrated? 100%. But it's all good. It's worth it. You know, no pain, no gain type of deal going on, right? Okay. You don't get to those championship Super Bowls without getting banged up a little bit in order to get to the championship and the trophy delivered by the NFL. Okay. None of it was brought on. Okay. But it began with desire. And I hope your desire is for more and better and a great life for yourself and your family and a legacy that you want to leave behind. That's what my mission is. I got to leave a legacy. I cannot leave this world. My family, my friends, colleagues, I want to help them improve and be better. And forever this recording may go on because it's on the internet now. I'm done. Okay. You're done. Right. But really, that's my personal deal. David, something similar, but he'll tell you his story one day. But at the end of the day, we're here to impact you and change your life. But if you want to change your life, you have to change your life. Go now to E3 Daily Pay right now. You can ask you to put your name and your email. You're going to get some videos, some recordings that you can watch and engage in. Longer than this one, a little bit shorter than this one, but you'll get a decent overview if this makes sense or not for you. It ain't that complicated. And then you're going to be around. Once you engage, guys, it's going to be all out engagement with community and great people who are thoughtful and thinking in the same direction that you are thinking. That's what's another great part about this whole thing, is that there's a community of people who are like-minded. I mean, as Jim Rohn so profoundly says, you become the sum and substance of the books that you read and the people that you hang out with. And this is one of the great parts about this. Yeah, there's going to be a couple of bucks of an investment that you can make, and we'll teach you how to do everything that you need to do without ever having to worry. And there's also a community of thousands of people that are not cultish. They're just passionate about wanting to make money and change their lives. And you can be a part of that as well if you so choose to. At any level that you want, there's no requirement, but it is there for you. So you're never going to be alone. Okay, you'll be working on your own, but not on your own, if that makes sense. Okay, because right now I can go online. I wish I could show it to you. I don't want to screw up this recording, but I would open up my screen and show you the community of tens of thousands of people that are a part of this opportunity and what we're talking about here. And I know you have choices, but make the right one. Okay, because you're at a fork in the road in your life, and the one on the left is a little bit trial and error. Okay, you're not sure which one to take, but this one over here on the left is trial and error. It's rocky, it's bumpy. You're got to take shots at it. That's fine, but you could choose the other road, which is the right road, one on the right. And that one on the right is one that's paved. It's already ready for you to go on. And all we ask is you to take the right road. And we're here to go along in the right direction with you. That's what we're here for at any level that we can help you out of it. So if you have any questions, click the links below, go to e3dailypay.com, make sure you email me for the first 5 and make it happen. If you have any questions, you ever want to speak to us, our numbers are somewhere. Just message us, say, hey, man, can we talk? I'll spend a few minutes with you. I don't mind. I love talking to people, as you can tell. Okay. Well, have a great day. Thank you for your time, your patience. Go to e3dailypay.com and let us know how we can help you out. Okay. In the meantime, we will always ask you, please do us the favor, pay this forward to your family, your friends, your colleagues, and your clients. And we'll talk to you later and make it a great day. Thanks again for your time. Talk to you soon.